Hello and welcome to a short demo of our new LoRaWAN section. You know that you can add your devices, your LoRaWAN devices to Datacake, and we've been upgrading the whole thing, how this works. And you have now options to create multiple devices at once and to create your own templates, which lie in your workspace. And then you can just change something to that template and it applies to all devices that you have in your workspace. So things that a lot of you were requesting, we actually had them already under the hood, but we're now releasing them into the front end as the first step. So first of all, everything here that you see is brand new. We've got a new CSS framework. And also when you press on add device, what you then see is also that the new device model, add device model is also completely new. So the first thing that you see or that this device model asks is that you choose between these three different options that we have. The first option is very similar to the old one. You can see all these templates here that we support for all the different manufacturers and devices. And it also says you create a product. So what actually is a product? Basically in Datacake, all devices belong to a product. The database fields, the dashboard, and some other settings are defined in that product. If a new device is being created, it inherits from that product. And you can create more and more devices that all belong to a single product. If you then do a change to the product, it applies to all devices at the same time. Before, it was like adding a device to Datacake also created a new product. So this is not changed. So let's go and select, like a simple device, like the Revino LHD65. And we create a new product. We press next. We just simply select one of the supported LoRaWAN network servers, and we give that a fake dev UI and call that LHD65 device number 1. So select the free plan, and this device is now in the workspace, and it has been created based on that template that's behind this device template. So it might be the case that you think this is a great thing and you want to sell that for your customers, but you want to do changes to the template. Before, it was like you needed to create all these devices and then manually do every single change for each device. So right now, we do it the other way. We delete, like in this case, some things from the dashboard, and we also go into the configuration, do some changes to the payload decoder, whatever, or do some changes to the database fields. And the next time you now create a new device, you now got the option to choose an existing product which is in your workspace. You can select that, and then you select or you put in another device UI, and you press next, the free data plan, and you add that device. So you've now selected or created a device which belongs to the same product that the first one did. So that means that you can add many devices to a single product, and both are now looking the exact same way. That means that the things you apply to that product are applied to all of these devices. And if you then change something to this device, this change goes also into the product. Doesn't make any sense what I'm doing here because it's stupid looking, but just to show you how that works, these things that you change are also applied on all devices. So that means you can now create basic template and then add hundreds of devices, and they all got the same look and features and payload decoders, downlinks, configuration, or whatever. So let's go back and show you another thing, because you can also do that for creating new devices. We are going to delete that device, and we are going to delete that device as well. And we're going to create a device from scratch. Let's call that new product and call that device template for awesome device. Press next, choose some of the LNS. We can change that later on. And this is once more fake ID, and we call that device template. And we could also add multiple devices here, but since this is just a template, we're going to create that. Free device, one device, and this is now our template. So I can now go into the configuration and create a field for temperature and create a field for humidity. And I could also go into the dashboard and create like, where's that value widget for temperature, and also a value widget for humidity. Go back and save that. And this is now the template that I've been created. Let's go into the fleet, and you can now add a device like the existing product once more. Choose that device template for awesome device, and we are going to add device number 1 or device 2. Let's take another dev UI and make the free and add that device. And this is the first device that inherits everything from the template that we've just created. So that means that you could create the templates on your own in your workspace and then do changes to it or whatever and create hundreds of devices and then move them to your customers. This is the new integration for LoRaWAN, bringing in products and a lot of features that have been requested in terms of managing larger fleets of devices. We will be bringing in direct integration for the LoRaWAN network server so that you can just simply import all the devices that you have on your LoRaWAN network server and apply them to a product. This is the first step, and we also will be bringing out the products here on the sidebar, which means that you can define products, make them public, whatever, and have a separation between those two so that you don't need to always create a device for a product. That's it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.